What's up, Adventure Buddies? Welcome back to this week's episode. This week we'll be starting our 4-week series called Are We There Yet? So if you haven't already, please make sure to hit that like, subscribe, and bell for notifications so you won't miss out on any of our upcoming adventures.
So due to the pandemic and air travel being restricted, we decided to rent an RV from El Monte RV and just go and explore some of the national parks around us.
So this is my first time driving an RV. And so I was a bit nervous or concerned about the overall size. It's a 23-footer, so not one of the big ones, a C-class to be in fact. However, more so than the driving, after watching the Robin Williams movie RV, I was a bit more concerned about how the heck do you empty that septic tank without creating a mess.
But regardless, we packed up the RV and headed out about 7 p.m. Monday evening.
Long drive ahead of us, totaling about 2,000 miles in total on this trip. So let's get started.
First on our list of stops was Las Vegas. We arrived in Las Vegas at around midnight, so Mom woke us up just in time for us to see the fountain at the Bellagio. Welcome to Vegas. As our RV was too big and we aren't old enough to do much in Vegas, we didn't get out of the car and just drove down the strip looking at all the pretty lights.
So after our quick trip to Vegas, the kids went back to bed and we headed another 3 hours to Kanarra, where here was the only place on our itinerary where we didn't have an RV park to stay. So what did we do? Well, having an RV, we could sleep anywhere we want. So we decided to stop off at a close rest stop that allowed us to get ready for the early hike ahead at Kanarra Falls. What's up, Adventure Buddies? Stop number 2 on our RV trip here in Kanarra, Utah, about to hike Kanarra Falls. And so we got here at our rest stop at 4 a.m., slept for 3 hours, and now we're off to the trail. So let's go see what we can see before this place gets crowded. So a little bit of detail about this hike we're going on. It's a 4-mile round trip hike through the canyons, and we're gonna be traversing through the river. Apparently it's about ankle deep or so, but we'll see when we get there. And then you have to climb up a ladder that climbs on top of a waterfall. So again, overall about a 4-mile round trip hike. Unfortunately, the second ladder to the upper part of Kanarra Falls has closed because the ladder is broke. So lady gave us fair warning, don't even try it because that would be stupid. So wish us luck on this trip. So one thing to note about Kanarra Falls is that they're limiting the amount of people that can go on this hike every day. So it's about 150. And granted, this is only due to COVID-19 right now, but it might be something they continue to enforce just to maintain the proper trail conditions. So make sure if you are planning on going on this hike, you get your tickets early. I think they only cost about $12, so did not break the bank and is totally worth it.
First on our menu list to hike was Kanarra Falls. This was a 4-mile hike where half of it was hiked through the creek. Then we got into some canyon slots that led us up to a really cool waterfall. This waterfall then had a ladder for us to climb up and to progress on the next part of the hike. Waterfall came a second smaller one, but at this point in time we were all frozen. I couldn't even feel my toes. So thankfully I convinced Maddie to carry me most of the way back. My hero.
What's up, adventure buddies? We just got done hiking Kanarra Falls. This was a 4-mile round trip hike traversing maybe 50% in the river. And so we went bright and early, which was fantastic from the outside temperature where it was nice and cool. And as we were walking back right now, it's starting to get to probably about 80 degrees around 10 a.m. However, the river temperature, whew, that was freezing. So, but overall we made it. The 2 ladders that we went up, super sketch, but really proud of the kids for being able to go up and down safely with the running waterfall coming against them full force. Plus, full force, freezing cold. Couldn't ask for a better time to start off this RV trip. You know what I'm saying? But we're not done. And so the kids are always gonna say, what?
Are we there yet?
So after Kanarra Falls, we jumped back into the RV and headed to Bryce Canyon, which was about a 3-hour drive. And while Matt was driving, we jumped on our Zoom calls because the kids are currently still in school and we were trying to get caught up with all of our classes.
Here in Bryce, we only had a few hours to explore, so we decided to do some quick, iconic hikes. First, we did Inspiration Point, which has some amazing views. And then we did another hike to another waterfall called Mossy Cave Trail.
What's up, adventure buddies? Our 3rd hike of the day, again here at Bryce Canyon, hiking the Mossy Cave. It's about a 30-minute hike there and back to a beautiful waterfall where you traverse, again, similar theme, into the water. Come check out this amazing waterfall.
About the RV was probably how it shaked every time we were on the freeway. We were going, it was just shaking on the dirt roads, and it was just like a roller coaster.
My favorite part of the RV was sleeping on top of the bunk.
My favorite part about day one was probably the amazing hike we did in the freezing water, where I climbed up the very sketchy ladder to get to the next part of the hike.
My favorite part about day one was probably doing the second waterfall.
So after a long day of hiking through the hot sun, and for me personally, only running on a few hours of sleep from the initial drive Monday night to only sleeping about 2-3 hours in the RV before we started Kanarra Falls right at sunrise, I was exhausted. However, the day wasn't done yet. I still had a 2 to 2.5 hour drive back to Zion National Park, where we were staying at Zion RV Park. And so I'm not gonna get into a ton of detail on what happened here at Zion. You're gonna have to stay tuned for our next episode. Trust me, you won't wanna miss it. Here we go.
So stay tuned for our next episode as we head to Zion National Park and take on the famous Narrows hike in our series called Are We There Yet?
You won't want to miss this, and if you haven't already, please consider hitting that like button, the subscribe button, and the bell for those notifications. And remember, life's an adventure.
Who are you going on with?